Listen, y'all, this Nicki reign just won't let up. Pink Friday 2 has only been out a week, and it's just, it's been mess after mess after mess. And it looked like I'm going to be filming videos all day talking about Nicki because there's so much going on. Because I've never seen, well, actually, no, we have seen. We have seen. I was about to sit here in line and say I've never seen so much drama and things happen out of the woodwork, but we have seen it happen. This is given 2017, part two. Except this time around, Nicki's the one winning and everybody else is facing their karma. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Shawty, come and swing my way. We ain't gotta waste no time now, baby. Put that all in my face. I just wanna bump and grind on you, on you, on you, you. You love it so. Shawty, come and swing my way.
See, nah, because if you really rock with my content, consider joining a bandit gang for real, for real. I mean, I'm now offering channel memberships here on YouTube now to make it easier for all of y'all to join in on the fun. Now, this going to grant you access to early uploads, extended videos, and exclusive content like deep dives, story times, studio sessions, live streams, cooking videos, all that and more, as well as major discounts on personal readings and whatnot. Just click the join button next to the subscribe button and choose a tier of your liking. Now, I'm still offering Patreon as an alternate way of supporting, but it's really your choice. I mean, I'm just a big girl trying to make it in this big world, you know. So if you got the coin, then baby, spend it. Okay. And if not, I mean, I guess that's cool too. We still gonna make it do what it do with the regular YouTube content. But just know you missing out, girl. Now don't say I ain't told you so.
I want people to have fun. Let's kick back. Let's get into a little tea. Let's not get too crazy, but let's enjoy the sip.
But let's get to the Chi-Chi, the Kiki, the internet bull.
What's going on, y'all? It's Scott Santana, aka Chat 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 Chi Chi. And y'all, we got a lot to talk about. So we about to just jump into it. Make sure y'all go ahead and like the video, do all of that great stuff. Okay, so Nicki is going through a lot. The album has only been out a week, and like I said in the intro, there is so much going on. Like, I feel like we got to talk about Cardi, then Cardi's response, and we got to talk about Kanye and Kanye linking with Zeus and Billboard. Oh my God. So we just gonna start off with this video about her versus Billboard. I'm not even about to delay this any further. Like I said, we got so much to talk about. So let's just go ahead and jump into her. Okay. So Nicki Minaj says that Billboard would disqualify 100K Pink Friday 2 sales because she ran a contest requiring fans to buy 4 copies each. Now, here's the thing that's pissing me off. I don't like the fact that when it comes to Nicki, there's always so many rules applied. Now, I tell y'all each and every time, and I'm going to keep telling y'all each and every time. So those of y'all that don't, but you know what? We're not going to share negativity. I'm going to tell y'all every time. Nicki has, matter of fact, it's either Pluto or Scorpio in her 10th house, but her 10th house is ruled by Pluto. I tell y'all, when you have Pluto or Scorpio or both within your 10th house, it makes you a target. Okay. Nicki Minaj, Kanye, Kim Kardashian, Donald Trump, all very polarizing people who have this placement, and you either extremely love them or you extremely hate them. You know, they're controversial. They're always in the middle of some shit. They have good years and then they have bad years where it's just drama after drama. And with all of those people that I mentioned, Kanye, Kim, Donald Trump, Nicki, hell, even myself, like, there are takedown eras, and a lot of people don't want to believe it when it comes to Nicki Minaj, but it just is what it is. The astrology is the proof. I, as somebody with Pluto and Scorpio in my 10th house, like, if you've been around my channel, if you've known me since 2016 when I started YouTube, you've seen what I've gone through. Like, it is a real thing. It is a real thing. Okay. And so when things like this are happening, where we get Nicki Minaj now coming out and she's going against corporations like Billboard and she's speaking out against them, listen to her when she speaks. That's the problem. People don't listen when Nicki speaks. And so y'all overlook her or y'all tell her, oh, that's not true. You gaslight her, whatever. And then when she gets on the radio and she starts, cursing out every DJ and starts cursing people out, then it's just like, oh, well, she's such a B, and why is she always doing this? And why is she coming for the younger girls? And it's just like, if y'all would listen to her the first time that she said something, then y'all would understand. And now this is another moment where she's speaking up, and it's important that y'all listen to her, because for people like Nicki, for Donald Trump, for Kanye, for Kim K, whether you like these people or not, even myself included, whether you like us or not, having that Scorpio and Pluto 10th house placement in our house of career, it makes us an easy target, right? Because you are considered to be somebody that's very powerful, somebody that's very innovative, somebody that's very transformative when it comes to your career. Somebody that is thought provoking. You come in and you shake shit up, you create like a death and a rebirth, and not everybody likes that. Think of it like because some of y'all probably have Scorpio or Pluto in your 10th house and don't even realize it. Like, think about, like, you ever worked at like a job and you just felt like you was a target, like no matter what. It's just like the boss would always get on you, or like maybe you're in school and it's just like you would always get in trouble with the teachers, or you're always getting in trouble with law enforcement. It's like everybody else can go and like jump off a bridge or skip school and not get in trouble. Like everybody else can show up to work late or leave early or take long breaks and not get in trouble. But when you do it, it's like, oh, it's hell to pay, right? Or even if you're not trying to do something rebellious, maybe it's just a matter of like you just being you and just breathing and existing. It just seems like, somebody that's above you with more authority is out to get you. Well, yeah, because you probably have a Pluto or Scorpio in your 10th house. And again, that makes you an easy target, because a lot of people with power sense your power without you saying or doing a damn thing. And they don't want you to have that power, because if you truly understand your power and unlock it, you will become a powerful mother effer. Okay. And that's how it is for Nicki. We all know what Nicki is capable of. We know it. We know it. Nicki now knows it. Nicki's getting to a point where she realizes how to play the game a little bit better. So this Pink Friday 2 era, she's still vocal, but she's not as ragey as she was in 2017. And even with me, like, honestly, let's keep it a fucking buck. Let's keep it a buck. I'm not even going to sugarcoat here. 2016, I was lit. 2017, my little exposed hate train happened. Everybody and their mama was making videos and whatnot about me. 2017, 2018, 2019, at the time when I was still on YouTube, it was hard for me to take on. So I was very much like Nicki, like yelling, screaming, like dealing with a lot, like not knowing who to trust, not knowing who was actually a fan. Me and Nicki was simultaneously going through our hate trains. And so we weren't necessarily the most likable fucking people, but consider what the hell we were going through. You know what I mean? Like, we got into these careers where we have these fans or this fan base that we think that we're building, that we can trust, and they're always going to be there for us. And then, we have these takedown trains happen and we don't know who to trust. We're angry, we're resentful, we're bitter, we're up, like we're just, you know what I mean? But now look at us in 2024. Nicki doesn't do all of that yelling and queen radio and all of that anymore. She doesn't do any of that anymore. And me, I don't even speak about things that happened in 2015, 2016, 2017. I don't even bring it up. You know what I mean? It's just like over time, there's an evolution that you go through and you kind of learn how to play the game better. Like, you know what to expect. You know that there's a possibility certain things are going to happen. And you know that there's a possibility that things are going to happen again. You know what I mean? But this time around, you're smarter, you're wiser. You know how to play the game better. And so you don't allow certain things to affect you like it did when it first happened for like the first time and it threw you off your guard, right? Because whether you like Nicki or not, you got to admit this time around, this era around, it feels more refreshing. And mind you, I'm not even necessarily a fan of the album. I feel like the album is mid. I did a whole deep dive review on it. Y'all can go check out that video right there. But whether you like the music or not, this feels different because it's not angry Nicki, it's not bitter Nicki, it's just Nicki existing. And it feels more nostalgic to the Pink Friday era because she's excited again, right? But that doesn't negate the fact that there's still a takedown going on, and y'all need to wake up and see it. This is why I want to do multiple videos, because everything from Cardi B and her divorce announcement and randomly doing that during the Pink Friday era, like during the first week, and then you do that on a Friday when you know Nicki's dropping, and then Kanye wanting to get the new body cleared, and then now this with Billboard, like taking streams away, like, Nobody else is held to these standards or these rules. And the reason why Nicki is like, first of all, this whole Pink Friday 2 era, the rollout has been a mess. Gag City didn't really become a thing until like the week of. It's been a mess, but Nicki has been doing all of these alternate covers and single releases, and she's doing the most because Nicki said, you know what? In 2018, when I dropped my Queen album, they played around and messed up my rollout, and I ended up getting #2 album behind Travis Scott, and they played with me and they played in my face. So this time around, I'm gonna do exactly what Travis Scott did. So I'm gonna do the bundle deals, I'm gonna do this, that, and the third, and I'm gonna be just like everybody else that's playing this numbers game. And as you guys can see, for whatever reason, everybody else was able to do it. Cardi, Travis, Drake, Chris Brown, everybody else in their mama was allowed to play this this numbers game to do whatever they had to do to get the most album sales. But soon as it's Nicki, all of a sudden it's a problem. Let's go ahead and jump into this article though. So last week, Nicki Minaj unveiled her new album, Pink Friday 2. Today, the rapper took to Twitter claiming Billboard plans to disqualify 100,000 sales because she ran a contest requiring fans to buy 4 copies each. Been discussing my 100 Barbs contest for months. They said Billboard reached out to say they're going to take away sales for me telling y'all about the 100 Barbs thing. Can't wait until these next 6 hours are up so I can tell y'all some shit. You can give out millions in Cash App money though. LOL. So Barbs, me asking you to show proof of something that was already delivered or purchased is against the rules. So please disregard. Apologies. Now pause right there. When she says give out money on Cash App, she's referring to Cardi B, Megan with the whole WAP single, which is exactly what happened. It's exactly what happened. I know Cardi tried to come back out and be like, oh, well, we was, helping somebody better their life, or like it was some sort of semantics type shit. But at the end of the day, if it all leads back to more music sales, then that's the point. It doesn't matter because you can easily I really hope I'm building a platform of critical thinkers. I mean, I know that people want to see the headlines to these videos and then just come in and just automatically start going in to defend whoever they stand for. But aside from that, we should be critical thinkers over here. Y'all need to understand that my job on YouTube, especially with all of these videos that I do, is to challenge how you think and show you different things that you may not be thinking about. That's part of my Pluto Scorpio power, right? And so we got to start taking our feelings out of this and understand that with music, it's like a show within a show. Within the industry, it's like a show within a show. What do I mean by that? Yes, certain things happen on the surface. Yes, Nicki and Cardi could just not like each other. Cool. But like deeper than that, there is such thing as hate trains and labels putting money into and like even with the whole Cardi B announcing her divorce, like that's even strategically planned because it's like you had all of this time, but like we're gonna do any and everything to overshadow this Pink Friday 2 era. You know what I'm saying? It's like Nicki's not necessarily taking the bait and she's genuinely thriving right now and genuinely happy. And I already said it multiple times. 2024 is going to be a great year for Nicki. Numerically, it's going to be a great year for Nicki. She's going to do great. She's going to break a lot of great records. And people sense that. People feel that energy, right? And speaking of energy, I'll even take it a step further. Because this is where it goes into spirituality. Because y'all love to be like, oh, well, I got demons, or like, matter of fact, think about it like this. How many people do you know that's like, don't announce your shit until it's done because you got people that's praying on your downfall? Well, that's part of it. That's part of it. And yes, that's straightforward. But then at the same time, it's like, I always said, when you get that call from God or that calling from God, it's for you, right? It's for you. That's between you and God. When you figure out what your calling is and you get that call from God, like that's between you. It's not on speakerphone. It's not with everybody else that's sat in the third. But at the same time, on that spiritual plane, when your angels and your spiritual team are made aware of what your blessings are going to be in this, that, and the third, it's not just the good entities that know, also the bad entities that know, right? Just like I always talk about how I'm gifted. I'm somebody who is good and gifted, but there are also bad people who also have gifts and they misuse their gifts, right? And so without getting too deep, it's like, if you can't sense Nicki Minaj's power just from looking at her and knowing of her, you know, on a psychic level. And sometimes people know what is owed to you or what's going to come to you, and then they try to jump in a way to circumvent that, to try and stop that. It just is what it is. Trust me, y'all. Trust me when I tell you. Like, great things are coming for Nicki in 2024. And there are people that know that. You know what I'm saying? Because just like as somebody who's gifted, I can have a vision about the future, or I can have a feeling, like one of my gifts to act up, whether I'm seeing something, whether I'm channeling something, whether I'm dreaming something, I'll know something. It's not impossible for other people to also do the same in regards to me and know what's coming for me, or rather know what's coming for Nicki. Just like how I keep talking about how I know it's going to be a great year for Nicki, there's other people who have gifts that are misusing their gifts that also know that Nicki is going to have a great year, and they're trying to stop that. Everybody's not necessarily going to be forward and be like, oh, I'm psychic. Oh, I'm a light worker. Oh, I can see the future. You know what I mean? Like this. And I'm trying not to make it so complicated. Trying not to make it so complicated. But everybody's not going to be like that. You know what I mean? So that's why it's just like, that's part of why people say you don't announce your plans, just go about life and just announce when shit is done. Let me keep going. You can give out millions of Cash App money, though. It's presumably a reference to Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi's WAP. And a follow-up, Minaj added, they so mad, they said 170, 190, knowing it was 200K already. Then they said 199 just so that two wouldn't leave their mouth. It's at 300, but once they filter out 100, you'll be none of and wiser. I'm being punished for not signing a 360, making great music, having great fans, and for not leaving the game so that their new Nickies who signed 360 deals can be propped up to look as though they are a lot more successful than they really are, having too much power. I promise y'all this is the truth. There's so much that like we could really get into. Whether it's Diddy allegedly doing what he's doing, okay? Like one day we're gonna sit down and we're gonna examine the Justin Bieber Yummy video, because Justin Bieber tried to put it out there about how the industry really is and how a lot of these elites and billionaires are pedophiles. There's a thing called sodomy. Okay, I do believe everything that's out there about Diddy and what he's allegedly done, to Tupac, Biggie, Kim Porter. I believe all of that. Y'all gotta understand these are millions of dollars. Like, I don't understand how we live in a society where like people understand what capitalism is, but then y'all don't really apply that. Like, do y'all really understand like how bad it is? Like, everything is off of money. We can all understand that groceries is high as hell, rent is high as hell, all of this, that, and the third. We see capitalism working in those ways, but y'all think it's too far-fetched for billion-dollar companies to protect their investments, which is like a artist like Cardi B. Like, it's not that far-fetched to understand. If you're a billionaire, why would you want to lose money? If I have an investment, I'm gonna protect that investment at all costs, and I'm gonna make sure I get my money back. We hear about these artists that sign these 360 deals every single day. You don't think that there aren't industry elites, billionaires, powerful people that aren't retaliating against people that don't want to sign 360? Like, knowledge is fucking power. Knowledge is power. There's a reason why astrology is not taught in schools. Knowledge is power. There's a reason why, credit checks and all of that is not taught in school. Like, you don't learn how to build credit. You don't, like, all of the things that we really need to like have a successful life, we do not learn in school. You learn through trial and error, because the more you know, the more you grow. Like, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. And if my job is to take advantage of you and rape you for all the money that you have, I don't want you knowing more. Like, ignorance is bliss. I want you to stay ignorant, right? So if you have somebody that is selling 300,000 copies, they got a really good deal to where most of the money comes back to them. They're not in a 360. They have fans that are actually going to go out there and support by any means, even to the point where they could possibly take down a label or, put up a good fight. Like, I don't want that. I don't want that. You are a threat. We need to figure out how to eliminate this threat, because you are a threat to me and my money. Because the more money that you're making, this is more money out of my pocket that I'm now going to have to pay you. Hence why the objective is to keep you in a 360. So I'm not spending as much money on you. And also, too, the billionaires stay billionaires because all of that shit. Listen, we could really. Let me put me back on the screen, because this was supposed to be a conversation about Billboard, but I feel like now we really about to start getting into it, because this be conversations that I be wanting to have. That's why I keep pushing the Patreon and the channel memberships. But I need y'all to understand, all the money in the industry goes back to the industry. All the money with the elites and the billionaires goes back to the billionaires. So anytime you see that these rappers is wearing chains and buying all of these houses and whatnot, all of that money is going right back to the billionaires. They pay these little loans, okay? And I'm talking deeper than the 360 record deal and you know, if you don't know by now, record deals really are loans, but I'm talking way deeper than that. I'm talking these billionaires, they own these properties, right? They give the artist the money for chains and for shows and for touring and for mansions and all of this, that, and the third, in which they own. They also own a lot of private prisons. So guess what? When these rappers and whatnot start acting up, or it's time to put more black people in jail, that's another way that they're making money. Because with a lot of private prisons, you get paid per head, okay, per head, per bed, right? And that money funnels right back into the billionaires' pockets. The capitalism shit runs deep. Money really is the root of all evil. We've heard that before, but no, really, that like this entire world is built off of that money. Okay, it's built off of money and what people do to protect it. And so that's part of why it bothers me when y'all sit and use this. I mean, and I guess, you know, it's human condition and social condition. It's like, okay, whether you like Nicki or not, facts is still facts. Facts is still facts. Is one rat bitch dominating the entire fucking game. And instead of these labels trying to craft artists that could join her on her reign, they're too busy trying to take her down. I'm a stan of Cardi B. A stan of Cardi B. I'll even go to say that even though Cardi B only has one album, I would listen to Invasion of Privacy before I listen to most of Nicki's albums. Because I feel like Nicki does better with guest verses and features. You know what I mean? Because I just personally like Roman. However, we're not gonna sit and act like Cardi B wasn't a strategic plan to take down Nicki. It just says what it is. Argue with the mama, argue with Google. There's too much history and facts that, like, come on now. It's 2024. And so when it comes to this whole Billboard conversation, it's just like, again, this is another time where she's speaking and y'all need to listen, right? Minaj's original announcement about the contest also now deleted read, show the proof of your 4 vinyls or 4 digital downloads, and you can win what he just said. A change to help me pick the next 3 songs for the Gag City 2 edition that comes out in 5 days. The album charts can be tricky to game, as we've learned from DJ Khaled and others. Billboard has not addressed Nicki, but the next Billboard 200 chart should be announced on Sunday. If Pink Friday 2 debuts at number 1, it will be Minaj's first shopping LP since Pink Friday Roman Reloaded, which was my favorite album. Another Minaj news, she appeared on the mega popular, she appeared on Watch What Happened Live, and she appeared on Casanat. So I don't know if, let's see, I'm about to look it up. Because I don't know what time they supposed to be releasing this, bitch. It's 311. It's 311. Okay. Wait, so Nicki just posted 228K. So does that mean it was 328K? Because, like, and see, this is what I talked about. This is what I talked about before. I don't understand how. I mean, I definitely know that a lot of y'all be fake supporters, because how do you have 28 million followers, but you only selling 300,000? Like, that will never make sense to me. You know how many 300,000s go into 28 million? How am I only selling 300,000 albums when I have 28 million followers? Like, that will never, like, I feel like the industry be capping. I feel like they be capping at a certain point and the numbers be way more than that. But again, they don't want to pay you your money. Y'all have to remember that every time y'all have one of these conversations, whether it's Cardi versus Nicki, Beyonce, y'all have to remember it's always about money. It's not about, like, y'all think these white billionaires are really sitting here calculating who's the female rap, who's the queen of female rap. Oh, she writes her song, she doesn't. They don't give a fuck about none of that. It's about money at the end of the day. How does it make sense that somebody with 28 million followers is only selling 300,000? That's not even 10% of your following. And we all know how social media works. You can have 100 people following you, but only 10 fuck with you because the other 90 is sitting there, shadow watching and just, observing and lurking. We understand that, but what I don't understand is how you have 28 million followers and you only sell 300,000. That doesn't make sense to me. That will never make sense to me. And that tells me, like, I feel like the industry caps all artists after a certain point. Because why is it that every single artist, no matter who you are, every single artist only gets between 100,000 and 300,000 sales? That makes no sense. So you mean to tell me that every single time people drop an album and people go out and buy it, that when the numbers come back, it's just always somehow selectively 100 to 300,000 album sales? That makes no sense. It makes no sense. But she's saying that she's at 228,000. I do believe that they chopped off 100, so we just going to say it's 328. Matter of fact, we're going to round it up. It's 330. Matter of fact, that's close to the 350. So she really sold 350,000 copies. Honestly, she really sold 350,000 copies. I think this is just crazy to me. It's just absolutely crazy to me. The first female rap album to hit #1 on Billboard 200 in over 5 years. I mean, listen, I'm not the biggest fan of the album, and I wish people would get out my mentions. Like, girl, bitch, it's been out a week, almost 2 weeks. Like, let it go. The album is mid. You don't hate it, but you don't love it. Like, just because, and I feel like people don't be understanding, just because something is catchy don't mean that it's good. Just because high heels on my tibbies is stuck in my brain don't mean that it's amazing and to die for. Like, you know what I mean? Like, F the Club Up is my favorite song on the album, probably, aside from Love Me Enough. But I'm really looking forward to Roman and Malibu. That's what I'm looking forward to. And I heard that she might even have a Pink Friday 2 Roman Reloaded, which I hope that she does, which would make sense if we're really following the format of Pink Friday. I'm hoping that she does. I need a Pink Friday 2 Roman Reloaded bad, because I don't care about Nicki being the best rapper in the world. I don't care about her spit. What I care about is Fun Nicki. Fun Nicki is how we fell in love with Nicki. Roman is how we got introduced to Nicki. Harajuku Barbie is how we got introduced to Nicki. I miss the characters. I miss the animation. I miss the wigs. I miss the voices. I miss our old shit. Like, that's what I want. That's what I want. She ain't got shit to prove. Like, it's time to have fun. That's the Nicki I need. But apparently it's 328, or it's 328. 328. Like, that's crazy that they only gave her 228. Like, that's really crazy. They really chopped 100 off. That's absolutely crazy. I don't know. Let me know in the comment box below what y'all thought about this. Like I said, I got more Nicki videos to film, because we definitely got to get into the Offset and Cardi shit, because I got some opinions about that. And then we definitely got to get into Kanye West, because did y'all see Kanye West is down there to the Zeus Network? Like, why are you over there hanging with the baddies? Kanye West is hanging with baddies East and venting and talking shit about Nicki. I have thoughts. So definitely let me know y'all thoughts and comments and opinions down in the comment box below, as if I give up. And definitely make sure that you stream my music as if you give up. Okay. Rain has been posted, y'all. You know, Rain on Me, this little thing right here. Yeah, I posted the full song of that. So definitely go check that out. Okay, it's unmixed and unmastered. Grab your headphones, go listen. But yeah, I love each and every one of y'all allegedly and HD audio, and I'll see you in the next one. Like this video, ho. Booty congregation.